When you think about fresh water, when you imagine it, when you try to evoke it for yourself, think for a moment about what images, smells, evocations, and locations come about. What is water to you? While water is universal, it's not necessarily uniform. And so people relate to water, experience water, and bear witness to water in a range of ways depending on their social and environmental context. So water is this totally fascinating entity where on the one hand it's universal and it is H2O. You know, it has certain properties, chemical and molecular, no matter where you are. And yet, what that water looks like, how it's experienced, is very much dependent on where you are. So as one of my favorite writers, Craig Childs, he's a Forest Service worker who has written a number of different books. And in one of his books he says, you do not go to the Amazon or to Seattle to think about water. You come here to the driest place. And the here for him is the Sonora Desert in the American Southwest. The idea being that you see water in very stark ways where it's scarce, or I would add where it's polluted. When water is scarce, it is more often than not women who set about procuring it for domestic tasks. So water, being heavy at about 8 pounds a gallon, shapes the bodies and the lives of women in terms of the weight carried. But it also shapes the lives of women and girls in another way, which is that if you spend your day, or even like 2 hours of your day, much less 3 to 6, if you spend a lot of time of your day walking to get water and then carrying it back, where are you not going if you're a girl who's 8, 12, 13? School, right. If you're getting water, you're not going to school. There isn't time, because guess what? The family needs water and you're a girl, so you go get it. That's how it happens a lot of places worldwide. Pope Francis, of course, chose a saintly namesake, who in 1979, Francis was named the patron saint of ecologists. So this is a fortuitous time to be someone studying environmental ethics and religion, especially the Catholic Church. I think that, as has been clear from his global reception, Pope Francis has really resonated with a lot of people on issues of poverty, to some degree issues of the environment, and certainly issues pertaining to the global economy. I was on Bloomberg News in November of 2013, and the hosts were very concerned about, is this Pope anti-capitalist, and is he an environmental, someone who's going to be just turning over everything that we in American society hold dear. And it was very interesting to say, I don't know. I think that his critiques of capitalism are by and large very good, but you know what? They're nothing new in the Catholic Church. So it really is a moment, I think, for the church worldwide and commentators on the church to come to notice what texts we've been reading and in what kind of selective ways. I think that the Pope has already drawn out some really important connections between economy and environment that his predecessors had named. And I think that in the period from September to December of 2014, when we expect to see an encyclical on ecological issues and human ecology, I think that will be a very fertile time for thinking through the Catholic Church's own green revolution and what it means in relationship to the global economy and global ethics. So the girls don't go to school, and as sociological data has made abundantly clear, guess what? Education of girls and women is positively correlated with social equality as well as economic development. So there then becomes and persists a vicious cycle that is born largely by women, but has social impacts more broadly. I think this is one of the most vexing parts of the global freshwater crisis. It's something that the Maryknolls have wonderfully attended to in a range of ways in your mission projects and your literatures, and I'm very thankful for that. I love the Maryknoll combination of good works and the attention that has been paid and continues to be paid towards sustainability. The Vatican II saying of reading the signs of the times and going where there's a need. Maryknoll has been very much on the cutting edge of observing problems that people are facing in different parts of the world, as you were describing with regard to local agriculture, various kinds of water purification, and how those sorts of practical life aspects are integral to living a full, flourishing life. I think that's something that a lot of Christian organizations, certainly including this one and many others worldwide, that have become increasingly interested in sustainability in water, they see the value of caring for the whole person in all of her or his embodied forms as a way of serving and as a way of empowering.
I enjoyed the talk. I'm always amazed how good thinkers can make complex subjects relatively very clear.
It's an excellent lecture about our global stewardship, and we hope we learn a lot from it and hope can make a difference in our world.
Very, very interesting, enlightening talk on an issue which is so vital to all of us that most of us don't spend enough time thinking about it. So she made us think about something very, very important.